I've dealt with the problems in the wood as you asked. This is the first good news in some time. I'm greatly relieved that you were able to do this. You must forgive me, but there is one further matter in which I need your assistance. It gets me to the woodman. I'm sorry, it was not something I could speak freely of to an outsider. But I see now that you are true to your word, and capable of great things. It cannot be coincidence that brought us together. Yes, always true to my word. Always. Ah, I'll try to lie. Just because I want to see what happens. There's no real point to it though. Let me speak plainly. My garrison has been betrayed. My berserkers were sent to their deaths in the forest. It will only be a few more attacks before the garrison falls. This happens because Dalenka wills it. Why would she betray her own garrison? Dalenka is not who she appears to be. She is a Durthan spy, here to weaken Hathran influence on this place. What is a Durthan? Durthans are women who command magic and seek to shape the course of Rashiman. I suppose they are not unlike the witches in many ways, but their methods and goals are dark and ruthless, as the spirits they serve. They are sworn enemies to the Hathrans. What's so special about this garrison? The Woodman is a powerful ally of the Hathrans, and a great provider of counsel. Our presence here protects the Ashenwood as much as it does the rest of the land. The Durthans would gain much power if they could freely access the forest. How do you know all this? It is why I'm here. My sisters suspected her. They sent me because it is less obvious than having a second Harthan looking over the same garrison. For a long time I noticed nothing, and one night I saw her sneak into the forest. She returned every night for a week. Before I could report this, the attack started. Why not just tell the witches? It would be too late. I would have left my berserkers to their death defending this place. What can be done about this? I do not wish for my berserkers to come to any more harm. If they die in Dalenka's defense, she will have done what she intended here. The only way to prevent this is to convince them to unite against her. I do not expect them all to join, but for what lives you could save in this way, I would be grateful. I don't know how this will go. One of them is certainly a traitor at this point, very likely, but I wouldn't know who. The spirits we met earlier told us that Dalenka was very good, but if she had a fault is that she's overly cautious. Naturally that could be a ruse, but also that Nadaj was very capable, uh, surprisingly so. So if she was some kind of a spy, that would make a lot of sense, because she was trained first and then sent as an infiltrator. You still haven't explained what this has to do with the Woodman. Just as I have been watching Dalenka, she has watched me. If I were to meet with all of my soldiers, she would know. On the other hand, you have already been wondering freely about our garrison. For you to speak to each of the soldiers would not seem so strange. At least not from one who Delenka already considers to be a very strange person. I see your point. Can I count on you to lead this mission? How do I know I can trust you? Uh, is there any benefit in asking this question openly? I'll do it. I've already fought on the same side of a battle once. More so, I think you know it in your heart. It would not matter anyway. Delenka has told you she will not help you in your quest. If you choose not to help me now, you are stuck. Hmm, that's a fair point. It means being able to contact the woodman. I'll do it. You have my deepest thanks. There are only 5 berserkers stationed here now. You will find them at the gates, near the barracks, or walking patrols. Once you have spoken to them, you should confront Delenka immediately. Do not seek me out again, or she will know what we're up to. I will join you when you confront her. May the spirits guide your way. We might want to talk to Delenka, even if we don't want to reveal what we've learned. See if she really is totally unwilling to do any kind of cooperation with us. Then our hand is pretty much forced. We don't have to make a choice. Yeah, our only option is pretty much to start, tell her about the rebellion. I would be more inclined to believe that Delenka is legit. But we'll work within whatchamacallit. You're in my way, sir. Najar has sent me to discuss something urgent. Really? What would that be? Alenka is an agent of the Durthans. She has been responsible for the troubles here and in the forest. That is a ridiculous claim. If you were a Shemi, I would already have parted your head from your shoulders. What proof do you have of this? Nadyar has seen her go into the forest late at night. That is proof of nothing. Kalenka communes with the spirits often. They are more active at night. It is a crime just to disobey a Hathran, but mutiny? That is the worst and most shameful offense a berserker can bring on himself. You serve Najaj as well as Delenka. She is convinced that of Delenka's treachery. You have come here with nothing, no evidence, no amount of thought. You deserve death for this. If we hadn't been ordered to leave you unharmed, I would do the honors now without another word. Until that order is lifted, I will be watching you. Is there anything I can help you with? Recent events. It's much to be troubled with. The land suffers, the spirits lash out in anger and in fear. We are paralyzed here. Attacks will keep coming until we are wiped out. Nadash wants to do something about it. What did you have in mind? We're going to remove Delenka from power. Well, I was hoping you had thought of something less destructive. Such an action will surely divide our loyalties and leave us with many complications. I am of two minds on this matter. As a berserker, I serve the Hathrans, but as a Rashemi, my first allegiance is to the spirits, and it is the spirits here who may have their gravest need. Hmm, bluffing. Even if we are defeated, surely you will rise again as a Tiltor for your great sacrifice for the land. It would be the greatest honor possible to serve my land forever. I have often dreamed of such an opportunity. Do what you will. I will be ready when the time comes. I feel like if Najash was really sent here to keep an eye on her, they would also have a means for her to basically intervene if something is wrong. There's a way to deal with her. You can consider the Lenka as a base commander. They can't have just send a lower level officer in there and just expect that if the commander does something they don't want, they want to stop, that she could somehow just plead to authority and get the base to mutiny. That would be there. If she was really there, they would have a means to at least dispose of her or show her authority to the berserker some other way. Something you need, Outlander? Nadash and I is in need of your help. Oh, what kind of help? Help against Alenka. Nadash says she is a Dirthan spy. You would start a rebellion against Alenka. How could you possibly justify this? Choose wisely. Oh, 6 options. Most berserkers will die. Must be avenged. Stood idly as the Ashenwood has suffered major threats to his health. Alenka doesn't know about the threats. Dash did. But still they sent in berserkers because they didn't know anything. Yup, Nadash is the traitor. Hmm. Alenka has stood by idly as the Ashenwood has suffered major threats to its health. You are very committed to our cause for someone with so little knowledge of what she opposes. Alenka is older and wiser than anyone I have ever known. How can you think to judge someone with so much more knowledge and experience than our own? I will gladly follow her to the end. I do not doubt her wisdom, but as a Dirthan saboteur, you have to believe these results are exactly what she intended. I suppose that even wisdom is subject to the motives of those who possess it, and not all who are wise are good. Make a strong case, stronger than I expected. Though I'm not proud of it, I will assist you. What is it you want? How do you feel about Dalenka's leadership? You ask a dangerous question. There had better be a good reason. I'm here on behalf of Nadash. It's important. Nadash? Now there is someone who has not forgotten the value of our lives. I take it you don't feel the same goes for everyone. Alenka has sent most of my band to die. She would not go with them, would not let Nadash go with them. The Berserkers are strong, yes, and capable warriors, but in the woods, in a place of spirits and magic, traveling without a Hathan is walking blind. Well, that doesn't mean that she's sending them to their deaths. Is that if she suspects the other one is a traitor, she can't exactly just send her with them, because that's pretty much a guaranteed death sentence. Or if she goes, she's leaving the garrison in her control. With such a wise woman making a decision like that, sounds deliberate. It would explain a lot. Many of us have had our doubts, but we can say nothing against the half-prince. I have heard Dalenka plot against your men. With my own ears. You must join Najash and fight against her. Traitorous hag, I will revel in her slaughter. I will heed your call when it comes. Huh? Right or not, I don't want to be on the losing side of this rebellion, so... Najash has instructed me to train, okay. Nadash believes Talenka is a Durthan spy. She sent me to ask for your support against her. Nadash is a smart woman. I knew that one day this garrison would be hers. I didn't expect it would be so soon. Nadash is known for her generosity to those loyal to her. If you are on her good side, surely your profits will grow vastly. Nadash has always treated the soldiers well here. I do not doubt that her success would be good for my own. I sort of view that as, yeah, she might care about these guys or she might be like me. Basically, there is no... If you're a smart manipulator, you want to make as many friends and be as charming and persuasive as possible. That's sort of the reason one reason at least, in addition to the others, I don't think Delenka is it. Because no one really likes her and she's sort of a bitch to everyone. So she would not be all that great of a spy. Also, she could have gained a much more prominent position in the organization, but she's chosen basically because of her insecurities to be a less important person. It seems very odd if a spy would basically refuse to have a better influencing position. Very well, you have my support. If you decide to go through with this, I will be there. You have spoken with all the garrison's remaining berserkers. You must now go to Dalenka's dwelling and confront her. I don't... I'm pretty sure they're gonna just leave me high and dry here, but we'll see. The point is to get rid of the garrison. It doesn't matter what happens here. The point is that someone is going to go through with the rebellion. Your blood is exposed, Durthan spy. Come outside and face justice for your crimes. Durthan spy. Oh my! Josh has been busy lately, hasn't she? Lead the way, stranger. I'm more than prepared to show everyone the justice they came for. So how is this going to end? With slaughter, but how in the end? So the faces of the conspirators are revealed at last. Yes, I knew this was coming. To think that you were so easily seduced by the hollow words of an utter stranger, I'm truly embarrassed for you. You are here because you are accused of being a Dirthan spy. What do you say to this? If you believe that I am the root of the troubles here, you are in for a hard truth. Consider, the garrison was first attacked only a few days ago. How long has it been since your awakening, cursed one? I wasn't here when that happened. You were. You have made decisions with only your own interests in mind. Calming the forest should still be our first concern, Talenka, not waiting here to be overrun. How would you send the men into the forest and not go with them? It's time to yield to new blood, Talenka. I see that you chose to remain naive. Very well. There is but one law in Rashomon, and it is the word of the Hathrans. By opposing me, you and those you who aid you stand outside the law. Death is the appropriate sentence. As we are far from the nearest executioner, it appears I shall have to administer it myself. Kill them.
Time to finish this.
Praetor's Spell Mantle. Well, that's a good choice for you. However, I can easily bring that down. Exactly. Divines. No, no, no. Great. No, 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 no. Dispel Magic? Seriously? That's your. Oh, fuck. You have no chance in hell to survive this. What is it next? Dispel Magic. Why are you dispelling magic? Yeah, we have a lot of buffs, but you have no defenses, no physical or spell defenses. You are dead. You're so fucked. Where's the other guy? What is all this? What have you done to Dalinka? Exactly what you told me to. You said to rise up against her. Berserkers! Behold the source of the attackers! This foreigner has brought blight and fire to the forest, and we have paid for it. Liar, this is all your fault. Now she has led you in a false coup in my name. Destroy her. Well, shocking. And she's disappearing, so she won't be part of this fight. Exactly a surprise. What can I do to dominate you?
Time to finish this.
Come on, take your best shot.
Gorian. Good use for enchantment at least. Come on. Confuse the son of a bitch. Come on. Jesus Christ, you lucky son of a bitch. We'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Beat the shit out of everyone. Well, this is gonna be fun to explain the city of Mole Sand here. Ring of Leech Abjuration. Ooh. Physical attributes -3. Immunity to spells of level 2 or lower. Spell resistance. Spell school immunity evocation. That's basically all damage spells. Globe of invulnerability. Spell mantle. It's an interesting thing. But there are a lot of ways to die at this point of the game. Robe of the Archmagi. Don't we already have this? Well, now we have 2 of these.
Yes?
Yeah, these are just rubbish versus the Robe of the Archmagi. Few extra spell slots. Well, at least 1 extra spell slot. No, do we have more disintegration? You're the disintegration guy. Keep disintegrating.
I'm ready if you need me.
Amulet of Protected Dalliances. What? Dalliances, yeah. Immunity to mind affecting spells. Probably going to hold on with that one. Might as well see this through. Shit has hit the fan. Oh yes, forgot about you. Play living. What's her plan? Something's going on here.
Life is on.
You're a cob. Gosh.
Your tasks here are nearly complete. We wish to offer our thanks.
We?
We are the outrage, the fury, the vengeance. We are one. Long have we festered, desiring only to protect, yet bound and suppressed by the one who purports to speak for these woods. He has failed, has faded to nothing. Now we are all that protects. We are the need, the distress, the suffering.
So, not necessarily what we thought. The forest itself, then. And you betrayed me. Why exactly?
We were threatened. We burned. We wilted. We yielded to parasites. Those same forces that freed us, they encroached upon us. We needed them gone, and you obliged. We are grateful.
Who am I talking to here?
This woman. She is a shell. A garment worn by the feral instinct of the forest. Ashenwood, I fear, is about to shed this husk, and our blood may soon follow.
We needed a vessel, an instrument, one whose will could be fused to our own. We took the Etherin. We are the protector. We are the land. We are one.
We could just kill her. I'm somewhat worried about, though, that if we just kill her, we basically went to the Hathran garrison and suddenly everyone there is dead. It's going to look pretty bad on us. So there is a case to be made, I think, here for trying to get Najash out of this alive, even from a self-preservation perspective. I'm sure we handled Hathrans to some extent, but we are already screwed, so to some extent, so thanks to the curse. We don't want to go and make enemies, more enemies than we absolutely have to deal with. There must be some way to free you, Najash.
We ask that you help us, that you remove the remaining threat. We ask you to die.
Esatto, Rudia.
Yep. And that was an interesting fight, wasn't it? Oh, okay. I mean, almost, yeah. It's Fate Carver. I was reading Fat Carver, but yeah, that's wrong. Mighty Battle Axe. Oh no, it wasn't War Axe. +6 armor bonus versus outsiders. +7 axe. Resistance divine damage. If we focus on Najash, I'm not sure we should. Well, what the fuck is that? Who threw that? Dead, long dead. I suppose we could have just ignored her and keep killing these, but again, that would have required us to go to puppet mode and manually control everything. Not really worth my time. And you want to miss a chance to feed? Okay, how many of these guys do we have to do? No. We don't have to do shit, we should have attacked this a long time ago. Ah, yes, well. Thing I notice now. So that would have saved her too, right? Well, live and learn.
Found my sword. One mistake and you're mine.
The tree is casting spells on me. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what exactly was going on here, but this seems to be what we need to do. Can't keep doing this for long, our little protection will be up there disappearing. Okay, I think that's it. Sort of a
Towering
catastrophe.
above was a vast spirit of a fallen tree, much like gnarlthorn in shape, only the eyes are different. They are huge and lustrous and brown, shining with a savage awareness. A wind rises across the surrounding trees, like the first breath of some reawakening god. The mouth of the tree spirit opens soundlessly, but a silence is suddenly lifted from the forest. An unnatural quiet that you never realized was there, until now.
Are you? Well, argued the woodman, of course it is. Bow before the tree spirit.
The tree spirit seems to notice you for the first time, and the lustrous eyes flash. The creature draws back, and the great wind fades, falters, as if the spirit is struck by a sudden weakness or pain.
Will you always be here when I wake, devourer of souls? Gorge on my life 100 times and you'll never be sated. Nor will I ever die while the forest persists.
We have never met. Perhaps you speak of another Spirit Eater who came before.
The face changes. The hunger remains the same. Why did you slay the parasite and call me forth, if not to feast once again?
The parasite, the evil spirit in the tree, what was it?
Anger, hatred, the forest's fury made flesh and wood and will. Your hunger dispersed my soul, and that fury arose in my place. It seeped into the souls of the small ones, the gentle ones, and slew them, called to the fouler ones, and drew them hence.
Why did it ensnare Najaj?
Hatred has no mind of its own. It must find a center, a focus, a thrall. Through her mind and her voice, the parasite schemed and avenged.
Was the parasite preventing your return?
Yes, while I was dispersed, the anger grew too strong. The hatred, the parasite, had to be torn from the forest's heart before I could emerge again.
So you were too weak to fight the parasite on your own.
The woodman is silent, its lustrous brown eyes flat and unmoving. Somehow you sense that the Great Spirit is confused, that somehow you are not what it expected.
Yes, I was and am too weak.
The witches sent me to find you, to seek a cure for my hunger. No, let's...
You still do not understand what you are. Neither did those other faces, which hid the same hunger that you bear. They called it a gift. You think it a curse. It is neither.
My hunger for spirits is neither a gift nor a curse. Then what is it?
It is your nature. Hunger is what you are. You were not always thus. But how your nature changed is not known to me. Yet, I sense a wrathful touch upon your soul. The touch of a god. A god who is dead.
You believe that a dead god somehow changed my nature, cursed me with this hunger. That seems unlikely.
A dead boar may fall into a stream, putrefy, and corrupt the waters. A dead tree may topple and rot, providing life for 1,000,000 swarming ants.
Which god and why?
An unfamiliar god, a stranger to the forest. Tontia, Mailiki, LaRue. These are the gods I knew in their youth, and their wrath is different in kind.
The witches said that you'd fought spirit eaters before. What do you remember of them? Ooh.
Your hunger has but one face at a time. That face may change, but always there is only one.
So there is only one spirit eater at a time. You remember anything more?
Yes, The faces always perish. The more they eat, the more they must eat. And the hunger devours them, burns them from inside, and passes to a new face. The face that stands before me now will also be consumed.
I spoke to one called Sarak. He said that devouring your life force would grant me a reprieve from my hunger.
Zarak, the one that devoured me many times and dispersed my spirit, and allowed a parasite of hate to possess my body. Did his avarice save him? What was his fate? You cannot defeat your own nature. You must be what you are, and in being, you must finally succumb.
Surely there must be a way to gain control over my hunger, to ensure that I don't harm. No, what? That's not my goal. And this journey was for nothing. You can't offer me any advice, nothing at all.
The tree spirit falls silent again, its stag eyes gleaming, lustrous and brown, into yours.
To control the beast, you must defy its nature, force it to act against its will. You cannot change its nature, but you can teach it to obey.
And by channeling my spirit into the forest, into you, I might learn to control its ebb and flow.
Perhaps you might discover a way to restore as well as devour.
It makes sense to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure the game will consider it a very good deed. But at the same time, I'm not stupid. The path we are on now it's a dead end. It's a drive off a cliff. It's death. We need to be able to master this somehow, or learn what it is. Know anything more about it. We can't just keep feeding and feeding and feeding. We can maintain the situation, but we're not really in control of anything. We don't know what's going on. We really don't have anything to go after. So, no matter what this leads to, it might lead to better control and understanding of what we have. So, gather your spirit energy, direct it into the woodman.
You close your eyes, clear your thoughts. You can feel the dark presence within you, seething and eager, desiring the woodman's vast and defenseless soul. But you realize your will has grown stronger since you first felt the stirrings of hunger, and you have gained a measure of power over the dark presence that lurks inside you. You take hold of that presence, meeting savage hunger with steadfast will. You command the presence to obey, to reverse the flow of life from yourself to the woodman, and the power surges forth.
Yeah. Just want to say how or rather my character feels about this. The hunger is a source of potential great power. However, it's also a sort of a chain around our necks, a form of slavery, and I feel basically disgusted by it because I am basically a slave to it. I need to get rid of it.
Much that was lost is restored. The forest breathes. and its anger fades to silence. Thank you.
Let this forest bear witness. I am no slave to the hunger within me. Ooh. Why did we gain spirit energy from this? Our hunger, the craving went to 0 and the spirit energy went to 100. So by giving instead of feeding, we gain better control of hunger. Which makes a lot of sense. Well, it's just great because less craving, the less the spirit energy is going to be depleted, and we're in perfect spirit energy. But most importantly, it's a valuable insight to this, because it's not a gift or a curse. It's our nature is to hunger at the moment, or rather, the force's nature is to hunger. So every time we feed, we're giving into it. We're letting it control us. I'm still not willing to satiate myself, feed upon my memories or experiences to feed it. I'm definitely sacrificing others every time that it's a choice between me and someone else. I'll pick someone else, but at least this was one moment of defiance.
Time to finish this.
Worked well for us.
Yes?
Ah. Ooh. Epic spell focus transmutation. Yeah, she's basically a gigantic deposit of disintegration rays, so the more we can make those work, better. Hmm. We're missing anything good. Say resistance. Be useful. No, you can do illusion spells, can't you? No. But you have greater invisibility. Because she gained it later. Right. She's not getting new spells anymore.
Yes.
Epic Cleric. Don't think this one is gonna get new abilities either. Just to make an important choice. I think we want... what do we want? We want Metamatic Beat Empower spell, because some levels though just don't have anything interesting. This will give us more options there. Uh, Basically, 8th level and sort of the 9th have been suffering from this, but 8th especially. Undeath to Death and Empowered. Well, that's not bad. Empowered Hammer of Gods. 6th. This isn't that good. Yeah, it's sort of a waste of feet. Ah, shit.
I'm ready if you need time to finish this.
Don't... Yeah, we're finally done. We have nothing really to... Nothing really to do. We could have gained a woodman's essence though, but considering the situation, it just doesn't make sense. You'd have to be committed to basically to the hunger. Different type of character would have made a lot of sense, not us. I'm just wondering what our alignments at this point. Chaotic neutral. It's fine. We do some evil shit from time to time and good shit from time to time. I still think I'm mostly self-serving, but at the same time, it's not like it's some kind of a religion to me. It's
Time
good
to finish
thing
this.
if we can gain more influence, more power through good deeds. That's fine with me. Holding a good reputation is one of the more important things if you want to gain influence in the world. Take every politician or some kind of a grand leader you've ever seen, and at least they'll try to maintain some kind of a good public image, no matter what kind of pieces of shit they really are. Right. Let's see what the blowback on murdering everyone in this encampment is gonna be.